Plane 11 once again. Welcome back for the second stream of the week. Today we're doing something slightly different. We're just doing one flight tonight. Unfortunately, I got on a little late, but we're going from Albuquerque to LA tonight. Albuquerque to LA. So we are here. Sorry, give me one sec here. Here, Albuquerque Sunport International Airport. This is a Mr. X scenery, and in my opinion, I think it's his best scenery that he's done. Some may argue with me, but I think it's his best scenery in my opinion. It's just absolutely gorgeous. You've got custom ortho photos all the way around, and a pretty detailed rendition of Albuquerque Sunport. So super excited. I love flying in and out of this airport. It's a great airport, and then we're flying into his LA as well. So super excited about that as well. I forgot to get Project Fly up and running, so I need to do that right quick before I go any further. Albuquerque, LAX. All right, and we are in the, if you haven't noticed already, the Tollus A319, which is basically my favorite airplane in the game right now. It's just performing absolutely magnificently, given all the changes to X-Plane and everything that's going on with the impending Vulcan update. So I think it's only going to get better with this aircraft. Let me pull my flight plan here real quick. Sorry, I wasn't as prepared as I thought I was. Crap. Put the wrong airplane on here. Should be American. That's what I'm looking for. I put Alaska by accident. That would have been inaccurate. Set active. This thing is so buggy. Okay. Should be up now. Going to minimize all of this. There we go. Awesome. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and jump into the pit here and get everything up and running. I'm going to go ahead and turn our batteries on. External power. Halves over. Doesn't help. Seatbelts, non-smoking. Set all that to auto. I'm going to go ahead and start the APU because I'm looking to get out of here fairly quickly. Turn all these up. Alright, perfect. Let's go down to our FMC. Our Albuquerque to Los Angeles. Align that. We're American Airlines 74 8. And we do have ATC on. Albuquerque Center's on. I'm really hoping LA Center gets on. But we'll wait and see on that. Let's go to our flight plan here. Our cost index is 5. And today we are cruising at 38,000 feet. Going a little bit higher than usual. Alright, so we'll go. Fuel needs to be 78. We'll just do 79. And our zero fuel weight 54.9. Perfect. 84,960 with a takeoff weight of 62,609 kilograms. Apply. So we should have 7.9, 54.9. And fuel block of 7.9. That'll load in all that good stuff. Make sure the fuel on board is indicated accurately. It is. Like I said, we should be filed already. Let me pull up our flight plan. I gotta grab our departure clearance, and fingers crossed, hopefully the freaking radios are working today. So Roadrunner 3 Zune transition. There is no ATIS. So go 127.
Bravo, say equipment type on board, please.
At least we're receiving voice, that's half the battle. Current altimeter, we'll go ahead and plug this in here, 29085. And the wind's 210 at 9.
November 8872 Bravo.
Sierra 72 Bravo, go ahead.
72 Bravo, yeah, can you just say your equipment type on board, if you're RNAV capable or slant Lima, slant Golf, anything like that?
RNAV capable for 7 Tango Bravo.
Or 8872 Bravo, Prince avail, advisory copy.
Ready to copy, Sierra 72 Bravo.
Or 8872 Bravo, clear to the Kilo Romeo Yankee November Airport. Present position, radar vectors direct knob, Dennis filed. Climb and maintain 9,000, squawk 0761.
Alright, we're clear to the Ryan Airport as filed from current position, radar vectors direct knob, then as filed, 9,000, 0761 for Sierra 72 Bravo.
Sirius 8872 Bravo, read back correct.
Albuquerque Center, good evening. American 7488 IFR to LA, please.
American 7488 Albuquerque Center, good evening. You're cleared to the Los Angeles International Airport via the Roadrunner 3 departure. Zuni transition, then is filed. Climb via SID, squawk 0727.
American 7488 cleared to LAX, Roadrunner 3 departure. Zuni transition that has filed. Climb via SID, squawk 0727 for American 7488.
United 2398, descend and maintain 4000. Descend and maintain 4000, United 2398. American 7488, read back correct. The Albuquerque altimeter is 2985, runway 8 for departure. Call for taxi.
Runway 8, appreciate it.
American 718, departing airspace to the east. Fort Worth Center is closed. Radar service terminated. Frequency change approved. Have a good one.
Yeah!
Alright.
Okay, we're not Southwest pilot. That's the guy behind you.
VATSIM's been freaking wild lately, man. All right, so runway 8 is what
This
we're
one
going
better
to
be loud. Southwest 9457 to primary space to the east. Forward centers off fly radar stars, turn ready for security cruise, yeah. Yes. Yes.
See you. All right, so Zuni transition, and then let me go to my actual dealio here. And we got some nice airways we're jumping on here. So the J6. Juliet 6 airway. And then Dirk. I'm not sure which VOR that stands for, but we'll just go with Dirk. Then on the J231. Then we're going Hippie. Appropriately named for California.
Yeah, 2398 Phoenix Airport. 10 o'clock and 7 miles report site.
And after Hippie, it's going to take us right into the arrival.
Clear visual approach 25 left.
I'm going to go on a
Clear
wild
visual
assumption.
25 left,
Probably going to land on the
2398.
2 4s. And LAX is LAX almost always lands west. But we'll double check just for the sake of accuracy. Winds 2205, so we will be landing on the 2 4s. What side is American Park on? Sometimes that matters. Not sure, but let's just... There's no ATC there right now, so I'm not...
And 2398, we're going to extend our down a little bit to bleed off some of this speed. Yeah, United 2398, take everything you need. There's no one coming in.
Actually, we'll go 2-5 right. We'll just plan for 2-5 rights for now. We can always change it later on. And then I believe we are the Hollywood 1. Via, that's the runway via, which this is subject to change. But I say 2-5 right. We'll just say SIBO. And it's the Gabble transition. This guy right here. Insert U. Okay, so Hippie to Gabble. That's perfect. We're going to clear this discontinuity. Should make everything nice and happy. That looks absolutely sexy. Perfect. All right. Performance. So there's a way to minimize this, like to make it like so I can see both at the same time. Flex is 48, 50, 50, 53. I'm just gonna do flex 40. V1 150, V2 150. Or sorry, VR 150, V2 153. Flaps 1, trim up 0.6. So 1 up, oops, up 0.6. Perfect. Perfect. That means our IRSs are aligned. Alright, pre-flights is complete in there. Don't lose the gates.
Textile craft on frequency 8 is Echo, now current at Phoenix 12905, altimeter 2987.
Cut off the exterior power. Beacon light can come on. And we are essentially ready for push and start. Let me just double check, make sure we don't have any traffic around us. We do not. And we can only face left. I guess I should mess with my MCP panel before I get too far ahead of myself. So via the SID is going to be 2,000 or 20,000 feet. So we'll go here. 3000. Okay, EVTP panel looks good. Constraints on altimeter is
November 8872 Bravo. I know I gave you a squawk code, sir. I don't think you're either squawking incorrectly or your transponder is turned on. So can you just verify both of those?
And our transponder just
Okay, let me have a look there for you.
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
let's just make sure that better pushback isn't your drunk idiot today, like it was the other day.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
And Albuquerque Center, 8872 Bravo should be squawking 0761 there for you. Working now?
Yeah, November 8872 Bravo. Yeah, there you go. You're ready to contact 17 miles north of Sky Harbor International, 9,000. Clear direct Phoenix VOR.
Okay, cleared direct the Phoenix VOR at this time for Cirrus 72 Bravo.
Let him come do his thing here. Guess we can go ahead and do our fire test just for the hell of it. Checked. APU fire test. Checked. Engine 2 fire test. Checked. I don't think that the oxygen masks work. Oh, that's cool. So
All right. Looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
Guess there's not a test feature there.
United 2398. Wind 2606. Runway 25 left. Clear to land. 25 left. Clear to land. United 2398.
Albuquerque's also nice because there's hardly no VATSIM traffic on here, which I don't understand because the scenery here is absolutely gorgeous. But it's just not one of those high volume airports, so you usually get the field to yourself for the most part. I don't encounter a lot of traffic at this airport.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Tow's connected. Bypass pins inserted. Go and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go. Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
Okay, engine and starter switch over to start. Everything looks good there. And starting number 2. Alright, should be a good start. Let's make it 2 good starts. Here's the famous PTU bark.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Park brake sets.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
EGT looks clean. The good thing about taking off from 8 at this airport is that the taxi is very short. We're literally just going to loop around here and then probably go to Alpha 1. 13,000 foot runway. A little bit of an elevation. It's about 5,500 feet in the air as far as above sea level. So the air is a little thinner here than what it would be like in LA or somewhere at sea level. So hence the longer runway. Alright, so that's 2 good engines. Starter over to normal. Go up top here. We're going to cut our APU. Go nav to taxi.
And we're
lights.
disconnected. Signal and pin on the right. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
Strobes should be auto. Okay, yep, strobes are auto. brakes set to max. Go flaps 1. Perfect. Come down here. Our flight controls check. Full right. Neutral. Full left. Neutral. Full back. Neutral. Full forward. Neutral. Right rudder. Left rudder. Flight control check is complete. And let them know we're ready to taxi here. Center American Center 488, ready to taxi runway 8.
American 7488, runway 8, taxi via Alpha.
8 via Alpha, American 7488. Alright, easy enough.
And aircraft I was just calling Albuquerque, you're just coming in static.
Brakes are good. Go ahead and run our cabin checks. Takeoff configuration is good.
United 2398, welcome to Phoenix, right when able, say parking.
And
Alright, we
checklist
exited
complete,
to
and
the right, I think we're on Foxtrot currently.
pre-takeoff
We're going
checklist is complete.
to
No
whatever
worries
gate
on
you're
the
in, park
cam.
after. I'll get you your gate number in a minute here from company. At 2398, you can go Foxtrot right on Foxtrot 4 and Echo Delta across runway 25 right at Foxtrot 4. Foxtrot right on Fox 4, Golf Delta to the ramp, United 2398. Yeah, Echo Delta. Sorry, cross 25 right also. United 2398. 2398, it's Echo Delta. Echo 2398. Albuquerque Center, good evening, Southwest 1821, looking to pick up IFR down Phoenix.
There's another Southwest plane there. Got a little bit of company
Southwest
here.
1821 Albuquerque Center, good evening, you're cleared to the Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport, Roadrunner 3 departure, Zuni transition that is filed. Climb via SID, squawk 0716.
Clear both ways.
Clear to Phoenix via the Roadrunner 3 departure, Zuni transition that is filed. Climb via SID, squawk 0716, Southwest 1821. Southwest 1821, or read back correct. Runway 8 for departure, advised and ready taxi to the Albuquerque altimeter 2985. 5 for taxi, decimal 85 for the altimeter, Southwest 1821. Albuquerque Center, United 21288. Yeah, 2128, runway 25 right taxi via Delta Echo. Give way to the United 757 passing left to right on Echo. We're turning left. He's turning left. Give way to him on Delta. No, we're out of the way. Okay, he's out of the way. Don't give way to him. Passenger 125 right via Delta Echo for United 2128. Record 7488, verify squawk code 0727.
Get my 7s and 4s mixed up. Let me recycle that for you. Give me 1 sec.
Don't worry about it. United 2128, same for you,
I'm an
verify
idiot.
0737.
I'm putting it in, sorry about that.
Taxi aircraft transferring to the Albuquerque Center, stepping away for 2 at more like 30 seconds. The microwave isn't that far.
UPS 410 heavy company, sir.
And I gotta wait for him to come back here. I had it written down here too. I just got my 4 and my 7 mixed up. Alright, so we can go ahead and go landing lights, wing lights, take off.
UPS UPS 410, heavy descent via the Lobo 3 arrival, runway 8 transition, the Albuquerque altimeter 2985.
What is that?
And Center American 7488 short, runway 8 ready to go.
UPS 410, did you copy?
I might have stepped on you. I was asking you for decent, understand level 3 for runway 8.
UPS 410, affirm.
Imagine moving in our decent 90.
Yeah, roger. American 7488, wind 2108, runway 8, clear for takeoff.
Runway 8 clear for takeoff, American 7488. Clear that way, clear that way. And go ahead and start our clock.
November 8872, Bravo. Advise when you have the weather and your approach request into Ryan Field.
Runway 8 is verified. And flex 40. Take up power sets. Airspeed is alive.
Albuquerque Center, November 8872 Bravo, would sure appreciate the Ryan weather coming up on 4 flight here for me, so if I could get it from you, that'd be great.
8872 Bravo, yeah, no problem. Observation is, last one was at 2245, so that's about 4 hours old. Wind 28010, visibility 10, sky conditions clear, temperature
V1,
dew point minus 10, altimeter is 2992.
That's positive climb, gear up.
Okay, 72 Bravo's just going to have a look and see where we're parking on the field there at the FBO. We'll be right back to you with our request for an approach.
Roger. American 7488, or radar context altitude.
American 7488, 7,100.
488, climb and maintain, flight level 380.
380, American 7488. Alright, so we're cleared up to 380. Start our left turn.
November 924 Tango Bravo, descend at pilot's discretion, maintain 12,000. The Santa Fe altimeter is 2985.
Alright, descend 12,000 pilot discretion, TVM 4 Tango Bravo. Albuquerque Center, 8872 Bravo, sir. What were the winds last reported 4 hours ago again?
8872 Bravo, wind 28010. Let me see if I can get a more current one for you.
4 hours,
Standby.
well, yeah, it's a little dated. We'll go flaps clean. Switch on.
November 872 Bravo, yeah. So Tucson's wind, so for Tucson, the wind's 2305, and they're only 12 miles apart. So I would say, yeah, it's like around 2305.
Up top here, cut all these off. Those lights at least. And actually that's 10,000
Okay,
feet,
sir, it looks like
cut those off as well.
from Torts, we'd like to enter a right base for runway 24 left approach into Ryan.
Okay, you want visual, RNAV, file us?
I will do the visual, sir.
Roger, expect visual 24 left.
Albuquerque Center, taking up 94 Tango Bravo. After the Corona VOR, can we get direct goal key for the RNAV, runway 2 for Santa Fe?
That's for the RNAV, which runway?
Runway 2.
So yeah, 924 Tango Bravo, you can expect that. UPS 410, radar contact lost.
Still really wanted to get into the 7.5 tonight, but I didn't have time to really mess with it.
American 74-8, clear direct Drake VOR.
Drake VOR, American 74-8.
Dar 924 Tango Bravo, what VOR did you want to go direct to for the RNAV 2?
Currently we're direct to the Corona VOR. We just like to go direct to Dolke, which is the initial approach fix for that approach
A
after
little
the
bit of a short
Corona
tag,
VOR.
not much. We'll take it though.
924 Tango Bravo, do you want to go? I can give you direct now if you'd like.
Yeah, we can take direct Dolke now if that works.
924 Tango Bravo, clear direct Dalkey. I'll have the clearance for you shortly.
Alright, clear direct Dolke, taking up 4 Tango Bravo.
Yeah, 21-290-5, runway 25 right clear for takeoff.
It's that weird hazel again. Like I said, unfortunately, this is our only flight of the evening today. I'll probably be back on it this weekend at some point, but just got home a little late, so just making it one for the evening. So I made it a little bit longer. This flight's about 1 hour and 40 minutes as opposed to about the hour that I keep it, so I made it a little bit longer of a route just to make up for it, but it'll still be a shorter stream just because flight prep and then getting everything put in the FMC and flight plan and all that takes up a ton of time, so it'll still be a shorter stream than normal. I don't know what's up with the haze lately. I don't know. Like, you can't even see out. I don't think I'm running any plugins that would cause that. Like it'd be under the Lewis scripts or anything. Yeah, just a vivid sky, the water, and then XP realistic. Oh, there it goes. It kind of cleared up. Yeah, really weird. Shouldn't be doing that. It's a good look at the ortho though, the photo reel. Yeah, in my opinion, this part of the United States is one of the more scenic. You're not going to see a lot of lush green, but the desert just kind of brings a different
Center Southwest 1821.
hue to the sim, which is nice.
Southwest 1821 for runway 8, taxi via Alpha. Runway 8, yeah, Alpha Southwest 1821. Yeah, 2128, radar contact south 2.
Passenger 3000.
2128, climb and maintain, flight level 380. You are 872 Bravo, amendment to your descent, sir. Descent path rush to maintain 6,000.
Stop for 72 Bravo.
Yeah, November 872 Bravo,
Fort
descent
Center's
path rush
on,
to
Salt
maintain
Lake Center's
6,000.
on.
Just an amendment.
Alright, sir,
LA,
pilot's
though.
discretion, descend, maintain 6,000, Cirrus 872 Bravo.
LA's pretty inconsistent for VATSIM as far as I'm aware. They're on sometimes, but I feel like every time I fly in that airspace, they either are just getting off or they get on like right after I fly through it. It's probably just crappy luck on my part, but you never know. Hey, what's going on, Elliot? Appreciate that follow, buddy. We still have
Southwest
probably
1821,
about an
sorry.
hour and a half.
Correct you, but I didn't do anything. 12108, runway 8, clear for takeoff.
Ancient exact
Clear for
time.
takeoff, runway 8, Southwest 1821.
Yeah, about an hour and 35 minutes, give or take. And yeah, we've got a headwind as well, so it's going to slow us down a little bit. Hey, what's up, Fussy Fox? How are you? Happy Wednesday. Yeah, so no LA Center as of right now, but we'll wait and see. Sometimes they get on a little bit later since it is West Coast. I actually haven't flown into LA in a while. It's been a minute. Hot but good. Where are you at that it's hot? It's pretty, I'm in Dallas and it's still pretty cold here. Australia. Yeah, I was gonna ask, yeah. Below the equator, you're gonna be in your summertime right now. Well, hopefully you're not around those fires, man. Hopefully nobody you know is affected by it. Oh, I didn't pull my altimeter. It's like 8,000 feet above when I should have pulled it. Too late. Ah, man, I hope not, man. I hope everything ends up okay. It's terrible what's happening over there, honestly. Alright, so we cleared us. He said Drake VOR, I think is what he called it. I'm not familiar with that VOR. Yes, all the mountains are behind me. We'll come up on some mountains here in a little bit once we get closer to the LA airspace because we're gonna fly right by San Diego. So your house has been burned, the family's safe. That's the main thing. You can always put the house on a family. Yeah, man, you're right. I mean, I'm really sorry to hear that your house got damaged or burnt down. But yeah, I mean, you're right. As long as people are safe, that's ultimately what matters. But still unfortunate about the house. But I mean, to your point, yeah, you can always rebuild the house. So glad to hear everybody's physically safe. It sounds like.
Southwest 1821, passing 10,000. Southwest 1821, radar contact, climate maintained, flight 400. Have to flight level 400, Southwest 1821.
Yeah, it's about an hour and 28 minutes, says the FMC. We'll see what the winds do. Had a nice tailwind the other day. No such case today, though. It's pretty gnarly headwind, 67 knots. But I've seen worse. I've had a 100-knot headwind before, and the ground speed, it's like almost 300. What's our Mach? What's our cruise Mach? I think it's under performance. Climb. Mach 7.8's not bad. I'm gonna bump it up to Mach 0.8. Okay. Oh, that's right. The Airbus is finicky about that. I can just do it manually. Once we get to cruise, though, I'm not gonna do it now, obviously. Just a wee bit bumpy. Is that like a speedway or something? Some civilization down there. Looks like Mars.
Southwest 1821, radar contact lost.
As a simmer, you kind of enjoy the turbulence a little bit. It's more realistic. It's nothing drives me crazy. More crazy than like sitting in like a perfectly straight and narrow flight. It's always nice to have just a few bumps here and there. It adds to the realism. You don't get much wing flex from the Airbuses though. Their wings are pretty sturdy on them. Boeing's though, it's like it's an actual bird flapping. Fuzzy, have they put the fires out there already? I didn't check the news today. I don't know what the news is saying. It's really unfortunate, man. So we're a pretty slow climb now, 1,000 feet a minute. Air is a little bit thinner up here, so you don't want too much of a climb angle of attack. Start diminishing your fuel efficiency. So 1,000 feet a minute is pretty decent. We'll be a cruise here shortly. So you work as an electrician, just got home from work. I work all night setting up emergency lights, exit light PowerPoints for caravans for all the fire evacuation center. There's over 5,000 people in one caravan park. I also worked on requiring the fire truck. Alright, man. Well, it sounds like you're doing important stuff, man, so I appreciate it for sure. I mean, I obviously don't live in Australia, but said it hurts me to read that kind of stuff and everything you guys are going through over there, man. That's crazy, but you know, hats off to you for, you know, still working through that with everything you're going through personally. Important stuff, man. You always got to have people out there that can, you know, be able to mentally handle that kind of stuff. So it sounds like you're doing important stuff. A little bit of rain yesterday, but that's good. I mean, a little bit of rain helps for sure. Hoping you guys get like a monsoon or something to kind of help put the fire out, man. Yeah, because if it's summer there, I don't know what y'all's climate is like over there, so I don't know if you guys get rain like I do here in the summertime. It storms almost weekly around here, but I don't know about from where you're from. Put some spot fires out, that's all. Yeah, I mean, I guess every little bit helps. But, you know, here's to hoping that it gets resolved as quickly as possible. you hate to see stuff like that. And from what I was reading, it was something that it was a man-made fire, like a bunch of people were messing around, I guess, and that's what kind of started it, which is usually what the wildfires, like I know like the California wildfires, that's usually what ends up happening. It's a lot of times it's not done naturally, it's just people being idiots, and you know, they start a fire and the next thing you know, the entire forest is on fire and her whole, acres and miles of land is completely burnt to a crisp. So hopefully that is what happened. Those people are held accountable. .500 feet a minute now, so it's going to take us a little bit of time to get up to 38,000, but that's all right. Headwind's a little bit stronger now. $32 million. Wow, I didn't realize that. Yeah, that's a lot of money. I know that Twitch had there's been several donations gone through Twitch as well. I think one stream alone had almost 300,000 or something like that. I was reading it on Reddit the other day, which is remarkable. Not myself, I'm an animal lover, so I hate seeing like koalas and kangaroos and all that being displaced and killed. That's tragic too. So hopefully everything, all this nonsense ends soon, that way you guys can rebuild. Loading in some cedar here, I think. So if you see stutters, that's probably why. Still on Mars though. Probably go ahead and cut the seatbelts while I'm thinking about it. $1 billion animals. That's insane, man. That is absolutely insane. Yeah, that's no good. I mean, obviously people getting hurt and people's homes getting destroyed is terrible, but it's the ecological and biological, ramifications of it are extreme too, and that can destroy entire ecosystems.
November 872 Bravo departs at Forts intersection heading 160, vectors for the visual approach runway 24 left.
Okay, depart towards heading 160, vectors for the visual approach 24 left for Ryan, 7 Tango Bravo.
Albuquerque Center, good evening. Windy City 6225 around the ground at Albuquerque, looking for accordance to Las Vegas.
Albuquerque's got a little bit of traffic tonight. I guess whenever Center gets on,
November 924 Tango Bravo. Sorry. At Dulce, you're cleared the Arnev. Sorry, let me retry that one more time. 94 Tango Bravo. At Dulce, you're cleared Arnev. GPS runway 2 approach.
Okay, at Dulce, we're cleared the RNAV GPS runway 2 approach, and we're also leaving flight level 300 for 12,000 currently.
924 Tango Bravo. Cross Dulce at or about 10,000, cleared RNAV GPS 2 approach.
I will cross Dulce at or above 10,000 and cleared RNAV GPS runway 2 approach. 4 Tango Bravo.
Windy City 6225 Albuquerque Center. Good evening. Cleared to the Las Vegas McCarran International Airport. Roadrunner 3 departure. Gallup transition. Then is filed. Climb via
man,
squawk
I agree with that.
0704.
It sucks, man, because like they don't know any better. You know what I mean? Like they don't understand like the human aspect of it,
Las Vegas via
as far as
Roadrunner 3.
how our
Gallup
actions
transition as
can
filed.
affect
Climb
them.
via squawk 0704. Windy City 6225.
Windy
yeah,
City 6225, your read back
it's really
is correct.
unfortunate. It's
Runway 8
tragic.
for departure, advise when ready to taxi. The Albuquerque altimeter is 2985.
2985, runway 8. Buzz, Windy City
Little bumps up
6225.
here.
Thank you. United 2128, your departure is faced to the northwest. Los Angeles Center is offline. Radar services are terminated. Frequency changes approved. Have a good one.
Have a good day, United 2128.
Albuquerque Center, good evening. Air Transport 1560 is with you, flight level 350.
What's the call sign? Air Transport.
Air Transport 1560.
Air Transport 1560, Albuquerque Center, Squawk 0726.
Yeah, man, it's going well, man.
0726.
It's nighttime here. It's about almost 9 o'clock p.m. here. Pretty decent day, man. Just middle of the week. Ready for the weekend, obviously. Just trying to get some flights in. Yeah, we're getting rocked around just a little bit.
Good evening, Albuquerque Center, American 1083 with you descending on the Bruiser 1 arrival.
I'm not a real life pilot.
1560, radar contact,
Thought about it.
69 miles
Still thinking
west
about
of
it.
Phoenix
At
Sky
least
Harbor,
getting
National Flight 350.
the PPL out of the way. Did a discovery flight. It was pretty cool. A lot of it's just cost.
1083, Albuquerque Center, good
Fortunately,
evening, Squawk
it's very expensive here in the
0775.
States to get a private pilot's license. Don't even
0775, American 1083.
talk about trying to get like commercial rated and all that.
Yeah, 2120, not sure if you
100
copied the
grand
primary
easily.
space to the northwest, LA closed, radar service survey, routes exchange approved.
Albuquerque Center, 72 Bravo, looking to go to 4,000.
November 8872 Bravo, MVA there's 5,900. Are you able to maintain your vertical clearance instruction limit?
Current position, sir, we'll have no issue with that. 7 Tango Bravo.
November 872 Bravo, Roger. I just need a vocal response, yes or no.
Yes, sir, for 7 Tango Bravo.
872 Bravo, Roger that. Descend and maintain 4,000. The field's going to be your 12 to 1 o'clock and 8 miles from port
I
site.
gotta pull up the Hollywood.
Okay, we're in the descent to 4,000. We're looking for the field, let you know. And 7 Tango Bravo, we have the field.
Or 87 Tango, or 72 Bravo, you're clear visual approach 24 left.
Coming from Gabble.
Clear the visual approach to 4
Straight
left,
in.
7 Tango Bravo.
This is one of the more boring approaches. It's straight in and it is long. It's a long approach to
7
LA.
Tango Bravo or 72 Bravo?
7-2 Bravo. Did I say Tango? I apologize.
I was saying it too, don't worry.
Albuquerque Center, great evening. Piper 609 uniform just at Tombstone, looking to pick up flight following over to Ryan.
And guard or aircraft calling or flight following to Ryan's Field. Say the call sign, please.
Piper 609 to uniform.
Piper 6092 uniform Albuquerque Center, squawk 0750.
0750, Niner to uniform.
Oh, you got a light aircraft license. I'm assuming that's similar to like a private pilot license here in the States. Some better looking seats. Yeah, so for a private pilot license around me, for ground school and all that, you're looking at about 12, 13 grand. I'm not sure what the equivalent of that is in Aussie dollars. And then you're probably looking at another, I don't know, 20 or so for your instrument rating and then commercial rating. When it's all said and done, like I've looked at different figures. and it's
6092 uniform, your radar contact 68 Southeast Tucson
at
Airport.
least 75 grand.
The Tucson altimeter is 2994.
So it's more expensive than
2994, Niner to
most
uniform.
four-year universities here. Which pilots make decent money, at least once
Okay,
you're
1083,
10.
radar contact 54 South Grand Canyon, flight 2 Descend via the Bruiser 1 arrival, runway
But-
26 transition. The Phoenix altimeter is 2987.
Typically, you start out with the regional airlines.
Roger that, descend via Bruiser 1 transition. And we'll expect 26, 1083.
Build hours, work your way up, kind of thing. I was gonna bump up our cruise speed here.
7 Tango Bravo, final 24 left.
Come on. That's what I want.
872 Bravo, wind 2305, runway 24 left, clear to land.
Yeah, ground speed less than
7-2
400.
Bravo, check the wind,
Kinda
clear to land,
sucks.
24 left.
And technical aircraft on streets, you just stand by 2 minutes. He's got to grab a quick phone call.
Yeah, I hear you, man. It's arm and a leg is right, man. You're gonna have to donate a kidney to get into one of these things in real life. That's for sure. Yeah, it's an investment for sure. But it is kind of a bucket list item for me, so I'm sure at some point it may be feasible, but I mean, I'm still relatively young. I just don't think I'd ever put in enough hours to be a commercial pilot, although it is a dream of mine. But, you know, I'm happy with the sim world. But, you know, I'm not opposed to doing like some recreational flights and things like that, just to get the experience. I know a lot of, like, I know American Airlines has like a cadet program where they kind of help usher you through
Technical aircraft on
flight
streets,
school.
the Albuquerque's back.
I think you still are responsible for the
Albuquerque
cost,
Center,
though.
Cessna 7-2 Bravo is clear, 24 left, we're on Delta.
72
I'm
Bravo,
not
you
100%
can taxi
sure.
to parking at your own discretion. That'd be nice, sir.
Hi, parking at taxi and parking at our discretion. We do appreciate the service. Thanks for being on. We'll see you. Good evening, 7-2 Bravo.
See you.
If I could have done it all over again back when I was 18, I would have either gone to the Air Force and tried to do it that way, or went through
Happy New Year, Albuquerque Center, Southwest 729.
flight school
Requesting
instead of
IFR clearance
college.
to Seattle.
Southwest 729 Albuquerque Center. I request standby
No
number 1.
regrets. Honestly, no regrets.
Thank you.
Water boomers for a bit until the winds are too strong. Yeah. I wonder if you guys have the planes swooping down with the fire retardant.
Air 924 Tango Bravo, the Santa Fe wind 2108, runway 2, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 2, TVM 4 Tango Bravo.
Yeah, these winds aloft are no joke right now, man. 69 knot headwind. Oh, okay, yeah. So they're just dumping water then, I assume, or whatever it is that they use. I'm not really familiar with the chemicals they use.
South 729, clearance available, advise, ready copy.
Water, okay, yeah. Water will
Ready
put
to
fires
copy,
out.
Southwest 729.
Southwest 729, cleared to the Seattle Tacoma International Airport via the Quickie 1 departure Grand Canyon transition. Then is filed. Climb via SID squawk 0735.
0735, Southwest 729.
South 729, read back of the squawk code is correct. 25 right for departure. Advise when ready to the taxi. ATIS is Echo at Phoenix.
Have Echo and we'll call ready to taxi. Thank you. Southwest 729.
Yeah, a little bumpy, man. It's one of the bumpier flights I've had in a while. that noise before, but I guess I'm too far out the window. It's like if I zoom out just a little bit, it thinks you're outside. Once again, we are in the tolless A319. I highly, highly recommend this aircraft. If you're going to get an Airbus, I honestly at this point recommend this plane over the Fly Factor A320. The texture, you can download the better cockpit textures because the default's okay, but these textures are free on the X-Plane org. Just unzip and install to the tolless root folder. It's really easy. Highly recommend it. I think this plane is like, what, maybe $50. Tolless is like almost 100. I hate it when that red ring or that blue ring comes up. Performance is great. Getting 54 FPS right now.
Expect a visual approach 926. Descend to maintain 5,000.
60 FPS.
Expect the visual approach 26 down to 9,000.
5,000, sir. 5,000.
Down to 5,000. American 1083.
And lovely sounds you hear are courtesy of BSS. It's a BSS sound pack that I'm running, and I want to say it's like $20, something like that. Although I think I got mine on sale. Usually around like holidays, like the government holidays, like President's Day, Easter, things like that. They'll have sales on the X-Plane store where you can get some things on sale. Some stuff is like almost half off depending on scenery. Let's see, ETA 2031. It's about an hour and 7 minutes. Hour and 7 minutes to go before we're on the ground. Probably descend in about 40 minutes, give or take.
Alright, 924 Tango Bravo, welcome to Santa Fe, right when able, and straight to parking. Have a good one.
Clear runway 2 on Foxtrot, and we'll taxi to parking straight ahead. Thanks for service. TB on 4 Tango Bravo.
Yeah.
How many people is he controlling right now? I don't know how some of these, he's probably got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, he's about 6 flights right now, all of Albuquerque Center, so not too bad. I don't know how some of these one-man centers.
6092 uniform, did you have a preferred runway into Ryan's? Last aircraft was wind to 24 left, wind is 28010. We could go ahead and take runway 33 if that's good for 19 uniform. Whatever you'd like, I can give you 33 if you'd like. Yeah, we'll take 33 for 19 uniform. 924 uniform, Roger, just let me know when you got Ryan in sight. Alright, we'll call the field 19 uniform.
Albuquerque Center, Southwest 729, ready to taxi 25 right.
Southwest 729, just verify your squawk code for me, 0735 and runway 25 right, thanks for the
Was that supposed to be standby?
Just let me know when you're ready.
Like, shut up in the background. Be quiet.
I got 1735. Was that supposed to be 0735? Southwest 729?
Southwest 729, yeah, A for 0735.
My apology, Albuquerque Center, Southwest 729, squawking correctly. Ready to taxi.
South 729, thank you, runway 25 right, taxi via Echo.
Taxiing Echo, 25 right,
Just
Southwest
reflects my
729.
test. I was second to last to do it, so I waited for 5 hours for my test, and when I was done, when I was doing my pre-flight check, their PC crashed and hard drives got encrypted. Jeez, man, what sim were you running? Because this thing crashes all the time. Like, I thought I was gonna. Well, actually, it did crash. I I loaded up before I started the stream, and it crashed the first time. I had to reload it again, and usually the second time it works, but for whatever reason, X-Plane's been having fits lately.
Albuquerque, good evening. Cessna 69 Romeo Juliet on the ground in Phoenix, like I mentioned.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because 11.41
Romeo Juliet
is what I'm running. I don't know if it's
American
just,
1083 descend to maintain 4000.
I don't know if it's just prone to crashing more or what, but like startup is, I feel like it's even longer now. Like loading, and once you pick the airplane and the airport and the gate, and
American
everything.
1083 descend to maintain 4000.
I mean, I'm running on an SSD right now, and it still takes absolutely forever for this thing to load. So.
American 1083 descend and maintain 4000.
Some optimization.
Down to 4,000, American
Load times.
1083.
November 69 Romeo Juliet, I don't have a flight plan in front of you. 3 file, please. Wilco 69 Romeo Juliet. Southwest 729, where you headed?
My bad. Making a U-turn right now.
729, you go left on Delta 13, straight Echo 13.
So much background noise, holy crap.
Albuquerque 69 Romeo Juliet, file.
It's like rocking a baby to sleep. It's just back and forth, back and forth. Hopefully nobody gets airsick.
69 Romeo Juliet, clear to the Tucson Airport by radar vector
This
is
is like
direct
a,
Tucson VOR. Climate
Those
maintain
like full system sims,
8,000,
or is it like a motion sim, or is it just like
departures with me, squawk 0710.
stick and rudder on a computer?
Clear to the Tucson Airport, radar vector is direct Tucson 8,000, 1,000, and the departure will be frequency squawk 0710, 69 Romeo Juliet. 69 Romeo Juliet, read back correct, echoes current, 25 right, call for taxi.
Full system sim, that's cool, man, yeah. Is that the hot start TBM? I thought about picking that up, actually. I don't fly
Center,
GA,
Southwest 729, ready to go.
that plane looks
South
pretty cool.
729, 12805, runway 25 right, cleared for takeoff.
Copy, winds clear for takeoff, Southwest 729.
American 1083, Phoenix Airport, 1 o'clock, 8 miles before sight.
Yeah, the hot start's a good plane, man. I don't fly. I've never flown it.
After that, we have the airport in sight, American
just-
1083.
I can just tell that
Clear visual
it's a
approach, runway
good,
26.
it's a good plane.
Clear for the approach, 26, 1083.
I usually just stick to the tube liners. It's always been what's interested me is the commercial tube liners, the turbo fans.
Albuquerque Center, Southwest 729 with you, 2000.
Southwest 729 to radar contact, climate maintain, flight level 300.
Climb maintain 300, Southwest 729, thank you.
Winds are now calm in LA, which is nice. So no winds right now, 10 miles of visibility, so just hope it stays that way. No crosswind landings today, please. Had like a 20 knot crosswind landing in Boston the other day. It was not fun. To finish my light plane license, I was able to fly my family to Queensland using the TBM. Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah. That's really cool. Yeah, the TBM's a good plane, man. I've been in a Cessna 172 before. I'm telling you, man, any sort of wind, it's just like you get thrown around in that thing. It's a fun plane, though, but
69 Romeo
those
Juliet,
little
ready,
GA
taxi,
planes, man, they are not like flying on a commercial plane, I'll tell you that. It goes without saying.
69 Romeo Juliet, runway 25 right. Do you want it from Echo 9? A3 Echo 9. 69 Romeo Juliet, runway 25 right at Echo 9. Taxi via Delta Echo 9.
You just kind of have another, whole other appreciation for flying.
25 right via Delta Echo.
Flown commercial your whole life, then you jump into a small plane. Realize that the wind is no joke. The wind will toss you around, and it does not care. But it's a whole different sensation. It's a whole different feeling. Yeah, so I wouldn't be able to tell you the difference between the two. I'm just not familiar enough with GA stuff. Try to see how much the time is adjusted.
American
So.
10-3-1-2905,
A little less than an hour now.
to land.
Runway 26, cleared to land, American 1083.
Are holding steady at least. At least the headwind's not increasing. Yo, man, appreciate that follow, Fuzzy. Appreciate that a lot.
Southwest 729, clear to Grand Canyon if you are.
Clear direct Grand Canyon, VOR. Thank you, Southwest 729.
You gotta love the LA arrivals. So many different waypoints. A lot of it's because you've got Palm Springs International right here. Then you've got Riverside here, and then Ontario. So you got San Bernardino. Yeah, Ontario is right here. You've got all kinds of different airports along this path. So that's why I'm assuming that's why they have so many waypoints, is to keep you like straight on, because you're not really going to get vectors in that area because there's just so much other traffic below you.
69 Romeo Juliet, one short, 25 right at Echo 9.
Of course, you're going to be well above the traffic, but it's just a lot of airports in a condensed area.
69 Romeo Juliet, turn left
Burbank
heading
over here as well.
180.
So of course LAX is
Wind
the main
2905,
hub,
runway
but
25 right, clear for takeoff traffic, so a half mile
then
final
you
to
got
the
John
parallel runway.
Wayne. I think it's further down this way. It's off the
Clear for
chart
takeoff
here.
25 right, heading 180.
But there's just so much in this area, man. And some of these departures, especially like in these ones that are more condensed, they're insane, because they're just, these airports are just right on top of one another. And I think like this is probably like a municipal airport. This is an Air Force base.
6225 on the ground in Albuquerque is
Ontario's international, Bernardino's international.
Windy City
Palm
6225, runway 8, taxi via
Burbank.
Gulf Echo.
I don't think it's international. They just do regional stuff. Well, they just do domestic flights, actually. It's not just regional. And then, of course, you have Big Bad LAX here. But that's why this plate looks insane.
Albuquerque
All
Center
these
ExoJet
waypoints.
652, checking in flight level 400.
You hit it right here, and then guess what? You've got like
ExoJet 652, Albuquerque Center, good evening, squawk 0706.
and it guides you just straight into the runway. So there's really no deviation from this. Like, you gotta pretty much stay true.
American 1083, welcome to Phoenix, left from Naval State Park.
Yeah, there's another airport there.
We're going
Santa
at
Monica's
gate
right
Alpha
there.
4 this evening.
Santa Ana, so that's John
3,
Wayne.
Bravo, Charlie to the ramp. Have a good one. Thank you.
So yeah, it's just
Charlie,
ton of
Bravo to
airports
the
in
ramp.
this area.
1083.
Yeah, vice versa. Bravo, Charlie.
But it's LA. So.
Bravo, Charlie.
69 Romeo Juliet, radar contact, south 2.
Position check, 69 Romeo Juliet.
69 Romeo Juliet, say altitude, please.
Altitude is 1,900.
69 Romeo Juliet, roger that. Climb and maintain 11,000. Clear direct Tucson view. Resume on navigation.
11,000 direct Tucson, 69 Romeo Juliet.
Yes, this turbulence really hasn't settled down this entire time. I'd call it moderate. It's definitely not severe. Light to moderate. I don't know if I've ever actually had severe turbulence in the sim. This is usually as bad as it gets, honestly. Turbulence is one thing that X-Plane doesn't really.
And Albuquerque 19.
Particularly
We
well
have
back,
like
just
a
weather in
haze
general.
layer there. Can we go ahead and request I4 to Ryan?
I don't use any of the weather plugins. Everything I have is
6092
defaults.
uniform,
Don't feel like
yeah.
sacrificing
Stand by
performance.
clearance request. Uniform clearance fail, that's right, copy.
Red copy, Department 19 uniform.
6092 uniform cleared to the Ryan's view via radar vectors. Maintain 7,000 for now.
We're clear to Ryan via vectors and 7,000 on the altitude, Department 19 uniform.
Albuquerque, Windy City 6225, 08 runway 8.
Windy City 6225, wind 18011, runway 8 cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 8, Windy City
A lot of
6225.
other airports being used in this area. It's usually just like Santa Fe, Albuquerque, Phoenix.
And then Nora 6092 uniform, with that being said, you want the ILS 6, right?
Yeah, we'll take the ILS 6 right, 19 uniform.
2 uniform, roger, expect that, descend to maintain 5,500.
That's 5,500 and we'll expect the ILS 6 right, 19 uniform.
Yeah, so weather looks very nice in LA, as I was saying before, so we should have a nice smooth approach, and that's just a perfect recipe for me to just slam it down on the runway. I feel like with a little bit of wind, I can hang on
6092 uniform,
better
tell you
because
actually
I'm forced
maintain,
to
for now
focus more.
maintain 6,000, flighting 270, that's the new vectors for the ILS 6, right?
We'll see. I'm also better at landing the
6,000,
737 than this thing for whatever reason. I just think the flare logic's obviously a little bit different on an Airbus versus a Boeing, and I'm still trying to get a feel for it, even though I've been flying these things for a while.
You got 652, sorry about the delay, your radar contact 77 Northwest Santa Fe, flight level 400.
Roger, radar contact, ExoJet 652, no worries.
American 1587, descend 5,000, expect visual 26, American 1587.
Are you full voice now?
Affirm.
Solid.
Solid. Yeah, I mean, if you're using VATSIM, I think you should use voice, but of course they allow the text, which is fine, but I think you get the full experience if you learn the phraseology and
Out of 6,700 climb.
utilize the voice, especially with the updated codec.
We City 6225 radar contact, climb and maintain, flight level 240.
6 months ago,
Shortcut
these
available
guys
if
would be
you'd like
coming
it.
in like they were talking in through like a can.
240
Like it sounded absolutely terrible. VATSIM's done an
6225
excellent job at
Gallup
finally
VOR.
updating their voice codec, and it sounds a million times better than it did before. So, hey, it's not bad for a free service.
Six zero nine two airport, turn 10 degrees to the left. 10 degrees to the
Should
left,
be
there's
clearing his airspace here pretty soon. Unfortunately, it does not
American
look like.
7488, your departing airspace to the west. Los Angeles Center closed, radar service terminated, first exchange approved, see ya.
All right, over to advisory, American 7488. Thanks for the help tonight. See ya.
See ya.
All right, so we are officially on our own. So over to the advisory channel. No more ATC chatter for the time being. Like I said, no, LA Center actually just got on. LA Center just got online. Let me double check to make sure I am indeed in his airspace, his or her airspace. I am. Awesome. I am pleasantly surprised. Alright, so LA Center's 125.8. Los Angeles Center, good evening. American 7488, flight level 380.
7048, LA Center, squawk 7142.
7142, American 7488.
American 7048, radar contact 50 east of Needles, VOR.
I think it's just identifying where I'm at. Okay, should be good. Show what VOR he thinks I'm close to, but then again,
LA Center, this is Southwest 2035, climbing through flight level 300 for 380.
Just 2035, LA Center, squawk 7172.
7172 for Southwest 2035.
so I should have ATC on the way in now, which is nice.
Direct tiller at this time, climbing through 1,000, 11,000.
682, LA Center, squawk
So we
7143.
keep this on the same runway. I mean,
7143, Southwest 62.
it's not a big deal if we have to change runways.
LA Center, Southwest 2257, when you ran 7 miles out of Bravo, India, Kilo, November, Golf, descending through flight level 190, coming into LA tonight.
2257, LA Center, squawk 7155.
7155 in the box, Southwest 2257.
Happy New Year, Los Angeles Center, Southwest 749 with you. Flight level 300.
Cessna 29, LA Center, roger. So 2035 at a contact 15 south with Gorman.
So he's going to get busy here. LA is a pretty busy airspace, so he's going to be.
So 2257 at contact 30 southeast of San Marcos. Descend the Diamond 2 arrival, expect runway 248.
Send by the Airman 2 arrival, we'll expect 248 for Southwest 2257.
LA Center, November 241 Whiskey Mike with you, flight level 250, 5 miles east of the Cowboy intersection.
Radio check. 5 by 5. Cell 682 contact 10 east of Fillmore, climbing team, flight level 340. Flight level 340, position check, cell 682. American 480 LA Center, radio check.
And those of us that are on X-Plane, the X-Plane client, the X-Pilot has been updated numerous times recently, so a lot of
Center, JetBlue 52, looking to pick up clearance to Las Vegas.
changes to the client, so that's probably why you hear a lot of radio checks getting called in just to make sure everybody can be heard.
JetBlue 52, LA Center, clear to McCarran Airports. Cathedral 1 departure, Palm Springs, status file. Maintain 7,000, expect 17,000, 5 minutes after departure. Squawk 7171. Alright, cleared the, I think you said Palm Springs 1 to Palm Springs 7,000, then 170, 7171 on the squawk, JetBlue 52. JetBlue 52, it's the Cathedral 1 departure, otherwise read back, correct?
JetBlue 52.
Got it, Cathedral 1. JetBlue 52, expect runway 31 left. Alright, we'll expect 21 left, JetBlue 52.
God, man, it's crazy. The stars just now started playing. It's 9 o'clock. I'm not used to the Pacific time. What is that noise? This seat's really shaking. It's kind of cool. Turbulence is basically non-existent right now. We're like doing this thing earlier. So we've got about 100 miles until we start descending, so not very long now. I'm assuming he's just going to have us descend via the arrival, but you never know. Depending on his workload, he may just give us a lower altitude, so we'll kind of wait and see what he decides to do with us. If it is descend via, then we'll go down to 12,000 feet. Then we'll hitch a ride onto the SIVO waypoint here, and then take that all the way in. And we'll wait on.
At center, JetBlue 52. What was the runway you said at Palm Springs? So 52, the runway 31 left. 31 left. Thank you.
Check the weather again, see if the winds are still favorable. Winds are still calm. Pretty much perfect flying weather. One thing I would love to do is do a little bit of GA flying, like just do like a tour flight around the Los Angeles area. That'd be pretty cool. It'd probably be a pain in the ass to do because of all the congested airspace, because of all the airports there, but I mean, I'm sure you could stay along the coast and be fine. You just probably wouldn't be able to go in very much. Have calmed down quite a bit. Still the same headwind, just not as much chop.
Los
Center, American 480, radio check.
American 40, LA Center 5x5, how about me?
5x5, having an issue with the voice meter.
How about that?
Affecting the mic with somebody that was the pilot.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it always drove me crazy before on the old VATSIM codec when like trying to communicate with ATC, especially like in congested airspace or like when you're in a tight squeeze and you need like precise instructions and like you just could not for the life of you understand what they were saying. It's very, very frustrating, and it's not their fault. It's not your fault. It's just the code. It's just the coding and just the quality of the network. So I can't emphasize enough how much better this is because I flew on the old network for a while, you know, for years, and it was way overdue for them to make the change.
LA Center, November 241 Whiskey Mike with you, flight level 250. For 241 Whiskey Mike, LA Center, squawk 7174. 7174, 1 Whiskey Mike. Southwest 2257, depart Dodger, heading 070, after passing Dodger, descend and maintain 2,500.
Still has us there at 20.
November 1 Whiskey Mike, credit contact 30 East to Peach Break.
About 27 minutes. Sorry, 37 minutes.
Roger, 1 Whiskey Mike. Southwest 2257, depart Dodger, heading 070, after passing Dodger, descend and maintain 2,500.
Depart Dodger, heading 070 and 2,500 for Southwest 2257.
So should be giving us descent instructions here relatively soon. Still about 70 miles out, so we've got plenty of time. Plus the headwind, so I'm not really getting too anxious about it. Yeah, see, this should be the standard right here, man. 60 FPS should be like what every single plane developer should strive for. You know what I mean? And like I said, my settings aren't crazy high. I don't have everything maxed out. So 60, I think, is a reasonable ask. And for what I've read so far on Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, it's
November 1 Whiskey Mike,
gonna be
contact
able to
Albuquerque
maintain
Center
it
127.85, connect.
even on, you know, mid-tier systems, you know, on older graphics cards. That's what I've heard, at least.
November 241 Whiskey Mike, contact Albuquerque Center 127.85. Albuquerque Center on 1285, roger. 1 Whiskey Mike. 127.85. 2785, roger. Los Angeles Center, JetBlue 531's with you, flight level 380.
Well, the JetBlue's on this side of the
JetBlue 531 LA Center, roger.
How busy is his airspace right now? And it's pretty light load considering it's LA Center. You gotta remember, so they cover all the LA airspace.
And Center, JetBlue 52, ready for taxi.
Plus Vegas.
JetBlue 52, runway 31 left, taxi via Whiskey,
And
Alpha
San
Palm
Diego.
Springs, altimeters 29901.
He's literally the only controller on for that whole area. So
Whiskey
he's
Alpha
covering
31 left, JetBlue 52.
tower, ground, all that. JetBlue 52.
Delta 1240, turn right, Vanilla, cross from 25 right at Tango and taxi to the gate via Bravo. Gulf runway 25 right on the Tango. That's 288 Delta. 1240.
This sucks if you forget your call sign.
That was 2257, turn right heading 160, reduce speed of 170.
Reduce speed to 170, can you set the heading again for Southwest 2257?
So 2257, turn right heading 160.
Right to 160 and reduce speed to 170, Southwest 2257.
JetBlue 531 LA Center, roger, how do you read?
Man, having some comm issues, it looks like. Oh, that was me the other night. I could hear them, I just couldn't talk.
Southwest 2257, turn right heading 220, intercept runway 24 right localizer.
Right 201, intercept the localizer.
So we're coming up about 40-ish miles now. So you should be giving my descent clearance here pretty soon.
JetBlue 52, wind calm, runway 31 left, cleared for takeoff. Cleared for takeoff, 31 left, JetBlue 52. Southwest 2257, 6 miles from Jets, maintain 2,500 until established on the localizer, clear LS runway 24 right approach.
Cross 24 right approach, Southwest 2257. Would you like to maintain?
I made 2,500 until established.
Alright, 2500 until established on the localizer, Southwest 2257.
Southwest 2035, Lima Airspace, Oakland Center's closed, frequency change approved.
Switch into Unicom for
Almost
Southwest
went
2035.
LA
Thanks, have a good
to
evening.
Portland, but I wanted ATC. Wouldn't have gotten it if I would have done that route. But I've been itching to fly in or out of Portland. Preferably into Portland. It's just they never have ATC up there for some reason. It's one of those beautiful
Southwest
places to fly
682,
into.
Lima Airspace, Oakland's closed, frequency change approved.
Over to Unicom for Southwest 682. See
It's
you.
just not a very busy airspace.
American 7048, descend via the Hollywood 1 arrival, Ontario, altimeter 2997.
Descend via Hollywood 1 arrival, American 7488. Alright, so you give me descend via, which is excellent. So that's 12,000 feet. And we will... I'm going to hold off until right when I'm on the marker to go down. Just with the headwind, I don't want to slow down more than what I need to.
Southwest 2257, wind calm, runway 24 right, clear to land.
Go land, 24 right, one's coming up, Southwest 2257.
And we're 38,000 feet, so it's going to be a little bit of a descent. Like I said, it's a pretty gradual descent into LA. 'Cause we're still about 140 miles away from actual LA. Sure, seatbelts are on. I'm pretty sure I've had them on almost the entire time just because of the turbulence. Was it like a wheat farm down there or something? Just random green landscape in the middle of the desert. noise again. It sounds like the throttles, but it's definitely not the throttles. It sounds like somebody's like adjusting the seat or something. I don't know. It's probably a built-in sound.
JetBlue 52, radar contact climate, maintain 17,000, say altitude. 17,000, passing through 2,100.
Holy lag.
JetBlue 52, passing 7,000, clear direct 29 palms. Direct 29 palms, JetBlue 52. JetBlue 52 is verified, that's after passing 7,000. After 7,000, JetBlue 52.
Yeah, none of these are operable. Can't even turn a reading light on. Toilet. Oh, there's the frames. Just loading in.
Southwest 729, contact Salt Lake Center 127, correction 120.27.
And LA's a bitch to load into.
Southwest 79, switching to Salt Lake Center. Good day.
Of course, the Stars are losing. They're in LA tonight, actually. I'm gonna go ahead and start us down. Frame rate is now healthy. Appreciate it. It's like a newer rule. If your frame rate is below 20 for too long, they'll disconnect you from the network because it causes lag and it causes issues for ATC, which makes sense. But it's just the pop-ups are annoying because I'm never gonna be below 20 for it's like 30 seconds or something.
Los Angeles Southwest 207, 310. South 207 LA Center Edge.
Which, in my opinion, anything less than 30 FPS.
American 480 to 7 maintain flight level 250.
Utterly unplayable in this. You either got to get new hardware or lower your graphic settings. Yeah, so at this point we're just gonna keep an eye on our speed, run a good steady descent. 2,300 feet a minute is decent. Just want to make sure that the little magenta circle here is on or as close to the middle line there as possible. That just lets us know we're right in our descent path, right where we need to be. And then we'll keep an eye on our airspeed as well. Don't want to get into the red. This is where the headwind actually comes in handy. Like I said, we just follow
American
it
480 contact Albuquerque Center
literally
127.85.
straight into LA. No deviation, pretty much, except for right here. Once we hit SIVO. So as long as we stay on our path here, stay below the red, then we are Gucci. We don't have to worry about overspeed or anything like that. And then according to the restrictions, we just got to be below 32,000 feet once we hit Hollywood. Should easily
Southwest 207 descend via the record 2 arrival, Burbank altimeter 2998.
terrain right on.
2998, just under the Rocket 2 arrival, Southwest 207.
And of course, this is also designed to keep you away from the terrain, away from the mountains. That fun stuff because LA is pretty much surrounded by mountains. So we're already at our restriction here below 32,000 feet. So we're good there. Just really want to monitor, just make sure that airplane is behaving properly. Here, once it's below 30,000 feet. See yourselves on the plate here. So like I said, we're gonna take this all the way to CVO. Once we hit CVO, we'll end up right here and continue our way into LAX. Oh crap, you know what? I forgot that I had this speed on there. It wasn't in manage mode. Still had a pretty fast descent though, so not too worried about it. See the coastline out over here. San Diego is going to be out there over yonder. See the water popping up on the radar there as well, the terrain radar.
Almost 207 leaving, flight 310. 207, right. Good evening, LA Center, Delta 2018 with you, flight 1330. So 2018 LA Center, Roger.
So now we start hitting civilization here. This little autogen here, this little populate here, so you can see an airport down there. So if you like take away the constraints and then show the airports, look at all the airports in this area. All those magenta, pink, fuchsia, whatever you want to call it. It's a lot. It's a lot of airports. Scenery here, so excuse the lag. And he gave me the Ontario altimeter earlier. I'm just gonna pull weather up again here for LA. So 29er. Wind still calm, visibility still 10 miles. Cloud ceiling 12,000 feet. View at 4,200 feet AGL. This is some nice ortho out here too. The scenery out here is pretty spectacular as well.
American 7048 at Seaview cleared, ILS runway 25 left approach.
At Seaview cleared, ILS 25 left approach, American 748. Alright, so we'll go 25 left. Let's switch that real quick. Everything else stays the same. Yep, I would like to go back into manage mode, please. Why can't I go into manage mode? No. All right. What the hell, man? I don't know why it won't let me go into manage mode. It's super annoying. Not supposed to be doing that. Is it because I didn't do this? Five left. Hollywood 1. Yasibu. Gobble transition. Insert. Insert. I guess I broke it. That is the weirdest thing. Will not go back into manage mode. Let me do this. Back to autopilot. The flight directors are on. I don't understand why I can't go into manage mode. Oh, I know why. Okay.
And Los Angeles Center, Southwest 1843 on the ground at McCarran, ready to taxi with the current weather. So 1643, LA Center, runway 1 right, taxi via Bravo Delta, cross runway 26 right. Roger that, 1 right, Bravo Delta, cross 26 right, Southwest 1843.
Right. Okay, sorry, because when I went in and changed the runway, it added back, it thought I was backtracking, basically. So it thought I was where I wasn't, essentially.
Southwest 207 Burbank, wind variable at tree altimeters 298 VFR skies, cross Mikey at and maintain 7,000. Cleared RNAV Zulu runway 8 approach.
And Mikey cleared RNAV 8 approach, Southwest 207.
So that is more than likely my fault, just not being familiar enough with the FMC. So I don't know why my vertical speed indicator is not popping up. Yeah, see, it's still not behaving properly. I'm gonna have to do this manually because I'm supposed to be below 14,000 feet right here. I'm not gonna make that, so I'm gonna have to do it this way, and then 270 knots. The speed is good. It's just for whatever reason the vertical profile isn't being very cooperative. We're at Sea View, so we're cleared for the ILS approach. I'm gonna go direct crane. See if this fixes it. Yeah, see, it's still being ridiculous. I'm gonna take us down to 3,000 on this.
Southwest 207, moderate, starting about 15. We'll let you know when we get out of it.
Probably keep it at 12 for now.
Verify your 15 right for weather.
Negative, moderate turbulence starting at about 15, and we'll let you know when we get out of it.
Copy that, roger, thanks.
We get the diamonds coming up already. So once I get on the ILS, then none of this will matter. I just got to make sure that we're hitting our restrictions. Just don't understand where the descent profile went.
You can show a gain of loss about 5 right now. It's plus or minus 203.
207, roger.
And then there's random fog out of nowhere. The visibility is supposed to be 10 miles. Thanks, X-Plane. Appreciate it. Alright, I'm gonna go in arm localizer. We picked it up immediately. Move to arm approach mode. We picked that up immediately.
And center, JetBlue 52, we'd like permission to descend via the Star. JetBlue 52, descend via the KPIX 6 arrival, and do you prefer 26 left or you want to go to 1 left? 26 left will be great. JetBlue 52, roger. And depart Clar, direct sunset, descend via the KPIX 6 arrival.
14 winds.
Alright, descend via the arrival and depart Clar, direct sunset, JetBlue 52. Southwest 1843, run after Bessie, runway 1 right, clear for takeoff, wind 230 at tree.
Really?
Clear for takeoff, 1 right, 18, Southwest 1843.
And decision height's 200 feet. Right, that is good. And we are at 10,000 feet. Landing lights can come on. All that fun stuff. Seatbelts are on. I'm sure speed makes sense. It does. Let's see, we're gonna go 135 is our approach speed. It's a funky looking ortho right here. Why does it look like that? Oh.
And center, what's the altimeter at Las Vegas? Current altimeter is 29er. 29er, thanks.
Southwest 27 seems to smooth out at below 10.
Oh, 207, roger.
Downtown City of Angels there. I think this is the part of Mr. X's deal here with the airport. It could be. I think that's why it looks a little bit different. So it could also be some of the downtown scenery that I have set up as well.
Southwest 1840 tree radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 400.
Flight level 400 for 1843.
So we are 20 miles out now. I'm going to go ahead and start reducing speed just a little bit. We're going to go down to 210 knots. Out there. I'm a little fast for the flaps. I'm going to give us a little bit of speed break here, just so I can start getting the flaps out. I got to hit 230 knots before I can get the flaps. And I'm 20 miles from the runway, so I got to start slowing down somehow.
LA Center JetBlue 531 would like to start down via the Disney 4. 2531, roger, descend via the Disney 4 arrival. The Long Beach altimeter is 2999er. Clear to descend via the arrival, 2999er on the altimeter.
And go flaps 1. Should be in approach mode. Oh, this thing really doesn't want to slow down. What are the winds doing right now? We got a 14 knot headwind. I should be slowing down more than what I am. It's downtown LA right out there.
LA Center, Delta 2226, ready to go, 24 left. 2226, runway 24 left, clear for takeoff. Wind calm, RNAV 2 Del Rey. RNAV 2 Del Rey, 24 left, clear takeoff, Delta 2226. Southwest 1843, Clitoric Shed.
Give it a little bit more here.
Say again for Southwest 1843.
Southwest 1843, Clitoric Shed.
Direct shed, Southwest 1843.
And flaps 2.
American 7488, wind calm, runway 25 left, clear to land.
Clear land 25 left, American 7488. Alright, so landing clearance is good. Do our landing checklist here in just a moment. And drop the gear. Where's my runway plates? Approach. 25 left, so I want to make sure we get the missed approach altitude dialed in here. So 2000 would be the missed approach altitude. And flaps 3. And we'll go flaps full.
Delta 2226, airborne at a 1.5, climb via the summer 2, except maintain 5.
Alright,
Delta
landing
2226,
checklist.
radar contact, climb and maintain flight level tree
Gear down 3
40.
green indicated.
Climb and maintain
Flaps
340, Delta
full, speed brake
2226.
is armed. Landing Warning lights are on. Crew is advised. Takeoff checklist complete. Landing exits to the right. FPS is taking a little bit of a hit.
Southwest 207, wind variable at tree runway 8, clear to land.
8 clear to land, Southwest 207. It'll be Alpha 7, right?
My airplane. Sure, never hurt anybody. A little bit of slight 5 knot
2226,
crosswind.
direct stoked.
Direct stoked, Delta 2226, thanks.
That's being checked. To red. Five feet checked.
JetBlue 52, airport 12 o'clock at 10 miles. Yep, we got the field, JetBlue 52. JetBlue 52, cleared visual approach, runway 26 left. Cleared visual 26 left, JetBlue 52.
Landing. Bursers out. Reversers away. Switch to manual braking. Bring our flaps in. APU starting.
Southwest 207, right wind able and taxi parking via the concrete pad.
Hilo and taxi parking via the pad, Southwest 207.
Alright, hold up here for just a second. Get our taxi clearance here. And Center, American 7488 has vacated 25 left at Hotel 7, looking to taxi to the gate.
7488 at pop across runway 25 right and contact ground point 75 on the other side.
Right, cross 25 right at Papa, and we'll ground on the other side at 0.7 for American 7488. Thanks for the help tonight. I didn't realize LX ground was on. 12175. And we'll wait till we're on the other side of the runway before we contact him. crossing Papa. Where's Papa at? We're crossing right here. Fuck it. Where's...
Thank you. Alaska 19. 1254, thanks.
LA ground, American 7488 at Juliet, looking to taxi to the gate, right off of 25 right.
American 7488 LA ground, good evening. Taxi to your gate, straight on Juliet.
Gate view Juliet, Southwest 74, or American 7488. Parking with American here. I'm actually on Charlie. I went past Juliet. Oh well. Is there an open gate here? I gotta circle on the other side, looks like. So am I just blind, or he said cross 25 right at Papa? I don't see Papa on there. Smooth landing as well, if I say so myself. We'll check the replay here, of course. Right at an hour 44 minutes. Not too shabby. I always forget about the spoilers. And wait for them to give us our stop. Ah, I almost timed it. Almost. There we go. Alright, parking brake set, engines off. Fuel pumps off. Seatbelts off. And yep, everything else is off. Alrighty, well everybody, welcome to Los Angeles International. This is Mr. X's, Los Angeles is another very well put together airport. All his airports are absolutely fantastic. You know, obviously a favorite airport of mine to fly into, especially on the West Coast. It's the hub for virtually everything international. Really well done airport. Texturing's done really well. You get some nice ortho that I believe comes with it as well. I think that's why you see the ortho block right here. Like this, I believe, is all his ortho here. Then this is the Fork Boy ortho that I use. So the In-N-Out, the famous In-N-Out burger, is actually on the other side. It's like over here somewhere. Or am I blind? I just can't see shit today. Okay, well normally it's over here somewhere. Right, it's not on this side. In-N-Out, where are you? Oh, it's right here. right here. It was hidden behind the parking garage here, but it's like it's such a cool spot, man. It's always someplace I've always wanted to go to because you can literally plane spot like while you're eating a burger, right? Because the 2-4s are over here, so 2-4 right, 2-4 left are over here, so you could literally see like everything from that spot. So it's really cool. We already disconnected from VATSIM, so let's just take a quick peek at this landing here before we call it a night. And just for reference sake, even though feet per minute is not my thing, we landed at 74 feet a minute on this landing, so definitely one of my we'll call it smoother landings. I did miss the markers a little bit. I'm pretty certain. Dude, where the heck am I? What the hell? Okay. So we may crash here, which is unfortunate. Okay, so we're gonna toggle off a replay mode real quick. Oh, okay. Sim is obviously borked to all hell, which really sucks because I really wanted to watch that landing again. I don't think it's gonna figure itself out. No, I don't think it's gonna figure itself out. Well, we may be able to watch it anyway. Let me see. It does not like me going into replay mode. I'm honestly surprised it hasn't crashed yet. Yeah, my CPU is not happy with me right now. What is causing it to freak out like this? What is running in the background? I'm gonna let it render in for a second. But this thing is not having a good time right now. I'm at 100% CPU usage and I don't know why. Yikes. You can sort of see it. Dude, I landed right center line though, man. Just ignore the door being open. Alright, looks like everything rendered in actually, so I may actually be able to get a proper replay out of this. Dude, the frames are absolutely shitty, man. Dude, I kissed that runway. Like, made sweet love to that runway. Held that nose too, didn't slam it down like they usually do. Get a little aerodynamic braking. Has it settled down finally? place. Oh yeah, man. You just love to see it just floating on top of the runway there, and you just give it just a little kiss, man, and then you just slather that butter on it, man. Somebody better fucking call the cleanup crew and get the butter off this runway. All right, go GoPro here, and then I'll stop patting myself on the back. I have absolutely destroyed planes on runways in this game before. So like, when I get a nice one like this, man, I gotta brag on myself just a little bit. Just ignore this. Let's put it this way, like that runway's pregnant. The runway's absolutely pregnant. No doubt. That's a pregnant runway. Alright, you're gonna come back in 9 months and you're just gonna see little baby sticks of butter prancing around LAX. Alright, everybody, well, appreciate everybody watching. Thank you so much for all the support tonight. I appreciate the new follows and all that good stuff. I'll probably be back on sometime this weekend. Like I said, Mondays and Wednesdays are my set days, but I'm going to flex in some other days as well. More than likely either Friday or Saturday evenings late. May throw in some Sunday mornings in there. It just kind of depends. If you're a follower, just turn on the notifications, because the weekends are going to be kind of sporadic because, I have, family, friends, things like that. So it's going to be kind of harder to predict. But Mondays and Wednesdays for sure. I'll be on. I'm trying to get consistent with right at 7 p.m. Central. May move it a little earlier. It's still up in the air now. May start it at 6 or 6:30, but for now we'll stick with around 7. So we'll leave it there. But appreciate again everybody who came by and watched. Please feel free to leave a follow if you enjoyed everything. I've got 3 videos I got to put up on YouTube. I've been really lazy with YouTube lately, so I'm going to throw some of these, the last 3 flights, this one and then the 2 before this, on YouTube. So YouTube link is in my info section on Twitch, so be sure to check that out. And I'll be uploading those here within the next few days, if not sooner. So I'm going to throw a host over to somebody here. Let's take a look at who's on currently. So everybody got off. Duluth Fly, I've watched him before, so we may just throw a host over for him. So like I said, calling it a little, only did the 1 flight tonight, but like I said, usually we do 2 flights. Did a little bit of a longer 1-flighter tonight just because I got on a little bit later than what I wanted, but like I said, Mondays and Wednesdays are when I'm consistently on. Weekends is in flex. So just keep your reminders on. Not quite active on Twitter or anything like that yet, but we'll take a look at some of that stuff in the future just so I can get more word out there about when I'm going live. So let me set this host up here real quick. All right, everyone. Well, appreciate everybody so much. Everybody have a great rest of your week, and we'll see everybody again soon.